Is now a good time to sell? This is the second most searched real estate question among homeowners right now. And I want to give you the honest answer, not one that's designed to push you towards a decision. Because the honest answer is that it depends, but not in a vague, non-committal way. It actually depends on a few specific things, and by the end of this video, I hope you'll know exactly where you stand on each one. Let me give you the straight picture of where the market is right now in Collin County. Inventory is elevated, and there's over 12,000 active listings in Collin County today, nearly double what there were 3 years ago. And that means buyers have more choices than they've had in years. And that changes the experience of selling. In the peak years of 2021 and early 2022, you could list a home in any condition at almost any price and have multiple offers in the weekend. But that was the past. That's not this market. This market rewards sellers who price from current data, who prepare their home to show well, and who work well with an agent who understands what buyers in the specific area are actually responding to right now. Sellers who do those things are doing very well, but the homes that are sitting on the market waiting for their inevitable price drops, they're almost universally the ones that are priced from memory, not the ones that are priced from today's market. So here are the 3 things that I look at when a homeowner asks me whether they should sell right now. Number 1, your equity position. How long have you owned your home and what do you owe? If you've owned your home for 5 years or more, the appreciation from your purchase price, even accounting for the adjustment from the 2022 peak, is likely meaningful. That equity is real and accessible if you sell. If you bought near the peak and have minimal equity, the math looks a bit different. Number 2, your reason for selling. And this actually matters more than people give credit for. If you're selling because your family's grown and you genuinely need more space, or maybe your kids moved out and you're going into the empty nesting phase and you want to move into a smaller, more manageable space, that's a life decision. And it's important to realize that the market is secondary to that. There will never be a perfect market. Never plan your life around markets. There will never be a perfect moment. If the reason to sell is real to you and the timing works for your life, that's one of the most significant signs that it's a good time to sell. If you're selling because you think prices might go higher and you want to maximize, that's a timing bet. And timing bets in real estate are difficult, even for professionals. And we'll get into this next. But if this is the reason you're selling, you'd better be moving into another area where the next home purchase actually leaves some of that leftover equity in the bank. So this brings us to number 3. Where are you going? If you're selling to buy something else in the same market, you're buying in the same environment that you're selling in. A market that favors buyers when you're selling also favors you when you're buying next. So that's not a wash. It's a balance worth understanding before you base your decision purely on the idea that the market's down. One practical point worth mentioning, and this is not urgency for urgency's sake, it's just a real seasonal pattern. In North Texas, buyer activity builds through spring, peaks in May and early June, and then softens after Memorial Day as the summer heat sets in. If you've been thinking about selling and your situation is ready, the window between now and mid-June is historically when most motivated buyers are active in this market. So, the answer to whether now is a good time to sell is never a blanket yes or no. And it should certainly never be based entirely on external market conditions as the sole factor. It's truly a question about your life situation, your equity, and where you want to go next with your life. If you would like to talk through this as they apply to your home and your situation, we're glad to have that conversation with you. Visit the link in the description or scan this QR. No pressure, just information. Next in the series, how do you actually price your home correctly in today's market? And why getting it wrong on day 1 is the most expensive mistake a seller can make. I'm David Hughey with D&J Realty Group. If you want to see the rest of the Seller's Playbook series, like and subscribe. I hope to see you on the next one.